Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and I'm going to do my August book hauls. So I say hauls because I'm going to do two. So I'm going to do all the stuff that I bought online first, and then the next video I'm going to do all the stuff that I bought in a bookstore. I bought 18 books overall, so 10 of them I got online, so I'm going to show these first. And, it was a little bit more than I wanted to buy this month, but it just kind of happened that way, and oh well, it's done. So the first book that I got was Shattering by Joshua Palmatier, something like that, sorry. This is a fantasy novel about a city in the middle of a continent, something that has all the ley lines that go through it, and there's some power involved with that, a baron who's in charge of everything, and there are people who are called wielders, I think, that does something with the power that comes through the city, and then there's guards who work for the baron, and I don't know, it just sounded kind of interesting. Again, it's a pretty thick book, but I guess the third book is just coming out. I think I saw it on Thomas's channel, SFF 180. I think I saw in one of his mailbags he got the third book. I'm not positive. I thought that's where I saw this and why I picked up the first one, because I wanted to see what it was all about. It sounded interesting. So I don't know anything much beyond that. Another book I picked up was Still Life by Louise. This is the first book in the Chief Inspector Ganache series. I just picked this up because I see her books all the time. I guess there's like 13 in this series, and I wanted to start with the first one. All I know is they're mysteries, and I think they take place in Canada, so I wanted something different, and I'm trying to get more mysteries into my on my TBR, because I just feel like that's something I used to read a lot of, and I've kind of not bought that many recently. So I wanted to pick up a couple, and that was one of the ones I picked up to try. And then I picked up urban fantasy, Paul Cornell's London Falling. I believe this is the first one in the Shadow Police series. This is an urban fantasy that I think there's cops in London, I think. I'm guessing they're London. Anyway, I guess they're London. And they go to make some kind of bust, and the suspect dies in custody, but something else is going on. It's all very urban fantasy because there's otherworldly creatures. There's something going on. I don't know if it was like a demon or I don't remember. I don't know enough about it. I don't want to know too much. All I know is it's supposed to be pretty good ride, and it's supposed to be interesting. So I remember picking this up from the library when it first came out, asking for it, and I remember I got it, but I don't think I ever got to it. I didn't get to read it. I don't remember why. I turned it back in without trying it. So, and then I was supposed to remind myself to put it back on the holds list, because I think I turned it in because somebody else wanted it. I never got back to it. So I decided to pick it up. I found it for pretty cheap, and I thought, okay, I'll just buy it and we'll try it again. And at the same time when I was buying that one, this was on sale, was The Witches of Lychford, and this is also by Paul Cornell, and this is one of those Tor.com novellas, that series. There's like 3 in the series, I think, that are out, or at least 2, I'm not sure. But I don't know a whole lot about this. Again, I picked this up kind of on a whim. I'd seen it on online and on Amazon and stuff, and but I know it has something to do with that this place lies between, is like a border between 2 worlds, and something's trying to get in or something's trying to happen. I don't know, actually. But this is witches, so I'm kind of hoping it's fun. So we'll see. As I said, I don't know. I should know more about I don't always know enough about the books. I just have an inkling of why I want to read them, and usually it's because the reviews were good and they have some element that I really like. I don't know why my computer just did that. Sorry about that. So the next book I got, and this is a pre-order, was Dead to Begin With by Bill Crider. This is number 24 in the Sheriff Dan Rhodes mystery series. I love this series. It's like my favorite mystery series of all time. I collect these and I love them. They are so much fun. It has to do with county sheriff in Texas, and you get to meet his deputies and all his and all the weird people who live in the county, and just a lot of hijinks, but also there's always murder mysteries and stuff. So there's the action, and then there's also the small town kind of vibe. So I really like these. They're really cozy mysteries, and I really enjoy them. So I always look forward to buy those. And then the other pre-order I had was for The Stone Sky, which by NK Jemisin. This is book 3 in the Broken Earth trilogy. This is a book about, it's a place called the Stillness, which isn't really still. There's a lot of earth activity, and there are origins who actually can control the earth, or movement of it and stuff. So the first book, the 5th season, was fantastic. I love that book. I have not read the Obelisk Gate, which is number 2, but it just won the Hugo, so it's on my list to read, hopefully in September. And then I want to pick this up probably within the next month or two to follow up. I don't want to wait too long after I read the Obelisk Gate. I'm sure I'm going to want to go right into this, but I have the book. I pre-ordered it because I knew I was going to want it, and anyway, so I'm looking forward to reading that, hopefully soon. Another book that I got online, again, was Who Fears Death by Nnedi Okorafor. I just read Binti at the end of July, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's still short for me, and I know I have Binti home also on my Kindle, and I'll probably get the third one. I can't remember the name of it right now. But, so there's like 3 sections to it, so it's hard for me because they're smaller, just kind of that Witches of Lychford is. But I wanted to read something of hers that was a novel form. I wanted to see how she dealt with that. So I'm looking forward to this. I don't know a whole lot about this, except there was apocalyptic Africa, and this woman has some kind of magical powers that sets her apart, and someone's out to kill her. And I think this has been opted for a TV series on HBO with George R.R. Martin producing or something. So I wanted to pick it up, one of her novels, and I figured I might as well pick up one that might be adapted. I don't know. I thought I like to read them before I see stuff anyway. So I thought it sounds interesting. Then I got from the Book Depository, I got The Great Bazaar and Brayan's Gold by Peter V. Brett. This is 2 novellas in his Demon Cycle. I haven't read all the way up to the end of that. The 5th book is coming out, The Core, in a couple of months, but I'm not ready for it. I'm still back on book 2, but I really want to get back into this series. So I picked up the novellas, so when I get far enough in, then these you're supposed to insert them in the middle of between books. I can read at least these 2. I'm still missing one, The Messenger's Legacy, but I'll get that soon. But I really want to get back into this series again. I said that it's coming to an end. I've put it off because I sometimes wait on certain series. Like I start them so that I keep buying them, but I need to finish them. So again, my goal in the next year or 2 is trying to finish all these series that I've started and I'm not finished, and especially some of them that are just finishing, or our trilogies are just finishing. I'm trying to get through them, and that's one of them. Even though that's a 5-book series, but those are the little novellas that go in between. So I'll read those in order when I start reading those again. And then I got Pages for You by Sylvia Brownrigg. Now, I saw this on Simon of Savagery's talking about this and how much he enjoyed this book, and the other book, Pages for You, or Pages for Her, is the second book. So when he described them, I really wanted to read Pages for Her because that was the one I was more interested in. But I figured I'd start with the first one. Again, this is a female-female relationship book, but I'm sure it's going to be just heart-wrenching and painful and all that stuff. I'm looking forward to it in that, because I do want to try to see if I want to get the second book. I did not buy the second book because I wanted to wait to see if I like this one. I mean, I know I buy multiple books of some authors, but sometimes I wait at least to try, especially on ones this is not a normal a book that I would pick up. So I thought it's kind of different. I'm trying to broaden my horizons, I guess. I don't know. It sounded interesting. So I'll get to that probably pretty soon. And then the last thing that I bought online was a Decameron by Giovanni Boccaccio. I don't know how you say that. There's probably more letters in there. And it's translated by Wayne A. Rebhorn. Adam over at Memento Mori is doing a read-along in September on this book. I've decided to join along because I do not know anything about the Decameron before he started talking about it. I don't actually remember ever hearing about it, which really kind of upsets my that I don't know anything about this. So this is a book about 10 people who flee Florence to a villa because there's a Black Plague epidemic in 1348, and they sit around and tell each other stories every night. So this is 100 short stories wrapped in a novel setting, and I'm not sure how this is going to go for me because I'm not a huge short story fan. So, but I'm taking a chance on this because it seems like a classic I should have picked up already and I should know more about, but I did not. So, I did just start this last night, so we'll see how it goes. I'm not sure if it's going to be one of those ones that I can read a little bit every night and then I read something else most of the time, or if I'm going to just power through at some point after I get past some books that I have to get done this month. So we'll see what happens. I'm not sure. I really want to try to get this done this month, but this is over 860 pages. Not sure how much I'll actually get done. I'm going to try as much as I can. So that's all the books that I bought online. So anyway, any of those sound really good to you, or anything I should like push up into my TBR much faster than I am? Again, the Decamerons I'm already started. So but the other stuff, what do you guys think? So anyway, I will see you guys later. Bye.